Making a video. Yeah, contest video, I guess. So I'll just keep it simple. Try to get to it. YouTube's taking forever to upload this video. The last one, I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, it's irritating. Um, so contest. Um, I just think this, we should do this right the first time, kind of thing. But because I think it should be like a reoccurring thing. I think it would be kind of interesting just to see how see different people compete and see how people kind of how they function, in this circumstance. And so it'd be kind of cool to make it into something more than just a personal thing between us. Um, but and I'd like to be able to to add some kind of philosophical elements to it, some sort of you know uh, way of just supposing the alternative kind of perspectives. Like, this is what, so this guy, won the trivia test, but he's too stupid to figure out rape is a bad thing. That kind of thing. I like to contextualize the fact that, look, there's part of me already, I mean, I consistently argue that the truth is not really a function of being highly intelligent. It's a function of just not having a bunch of bullshit in your head. So, the secret to getting life right, or understanding it, is just weeding the crap out of your head, the silly notions, the made up shit, the bullshit. And because the truth is kind of rudimentary and simple. It's not, you don't really need to know any complex equations or anything. I mean, there's no geometry required, no Pythagorean theories, no Ohm's law, nothing. It doesn't require intelligence. It just requires an absence of bad information or wrong information or stupid ideas or nonsensical ideas or illogical ideas. So it's weeding out the crap that's weed outable, and you're left in the end with a pretty logical, simple diagram of replicating molecule, and this is what it creates. Fucktard. Um, the universe makes fucktard. Doesn't do anything else. So anyway, so in a way, the two subjects aren't really, they don't mean anything. I'm just saying the idea that somebody would be more knowledgeable than somebody else doesn't mean much philosophically, quite obviously. That's sort of my argument. Because the knowledgeable can still be full of absolute bullshit. I mean, I mean, they could just, go back to Einstein, and, from my perspective, looking back, you're just like, how did people fall for this shit? Oh yeah, space knows what the stuff is doing, and it forces it to, it makes it, wait a minute, space is supposed to be space. Yeah, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway. You see what I'm saying, though? I mean, that's an obvious example where people don't even understand. The space is supposed to be nothing. How can the nothing be doing something? Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. That kind of thing. Just you're just saying, oh, it's a simple mistake. So anyway, back to the contest thing. Look, I really don't care. I mean, I'm not going to fret over all this stuff. But okay, so Hasladeh made a video, and he ends up showing the books, where he could glean some questions from. I'm like, don't show the book. And then he showed the book, and I'm like, oh. Because that Rizzle Dizzle guy will just sit there and go research the book, and you'll find out all the questions, and yeah, so that's not gonna work. You can't show the books. I mean, I of course couldn't give a shit, so I would never look it up. But yeah, that just kind of spoils it. Uh, and then going with, like, I don't know, maybe he plays Trivial Pursuit. You know what I mean? I mean, he still knows people. And maybe they still do that kind of thing. I played Trivial Pursuit for like 2 weeks, period, and so that was 15 years ago or more, and so yeah, I'm not gonna remember the questions. Anyway, um, and I haven't watched Jeopardy in 10 years, so I am sort of out of the loop, But I probably have all the Brady Bunch questions. I probably know all of those. TV of the 60s. I probably could do really well in that category. But that was the other thing, this the whole point of trying to engineer categories to one of our advantages. I find that really, oh, let's give Gary a cripple, you know, a crutch thing. No, homie, don't play that. I mean, you're not going to sit there and pretend you gave me every advantage, so then you can, just say, well, I gave him every advantage, and he took advantage of the advantages I gave him in one. Fuck that. I mean, if I win, I want to win real. I don't want to win fake. So, I mean, you should, again, this is almost one of those questions that should be on the test. Uh, are you really playing fair if you give somebody too big an advantage and then bitch that you lost because you gave him too big an advantage? I mean, is that bullshit or what? And obviously that's bullshit. So, yeah, fuck that crap. I mean, I'll ask to, no, make it categories I'm bad at. To have spelling questions. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get really lucky. That he picks the words that I could care less about how to spell right. Apholism. Probably can get that right. Anyway, so where am I here? So, but yeah, I'm not really, I don't have any, I don't care. I mean, so yeah, whatever you want to do, fine, I'll do it. But I'm just saying, for the sake of making this sort of a durable thing, something that we can take on the road, so to speak, I say we should have a procedure where maybe we can figure out a way to randomize questions, some sort of like Wikipedia thing where you just randomly end up at websites based on words or something, some kind of random sentence, and then you take the words from the sentence and then you look them up on Wikipedia, and then you read the Wikipedia page on that word, and then you figure out, ask a question based on some factoid that's in the Wikipedia page. That might be interesting. So again, I sort of like the idea of having questions where we can sort of play with the answers and deduce answers, not have to have it instantly on the top of our head, but to have the question and have the capacity to do this. I mean, that was the one thing Hofstadter brought up was How to Be a Millionaire, or whatever that show was, where they had the multiple choice questions. And I know that's sort of a cheat, but in a way it kind of makes it a little bit interesting, because you can spend a little time doing that deduction thing, and sometimes find the right answer, because you can do the deduction thing. You can eliminate possibilities and then be left with a 50-50 choice, and and it's a test of it's a test of a kind. It's a kind of testing of your ability to at least eliminate the obviously wrong answers. And that's also something of value to have as a human being, is to be able to figure out when things are obviously fucked up. That this is obviously can't work. That kind of thing. That's sort of a test of intelligence. So it'd be good to have like half and half, or whatever, 1/4 multiple choice, 1/4 really hard questions, 1/4 trivia, 1/4 what? Yeah, I don't know. 1/4 something else. Something. Something maybe about you have to answer questions about the other guy or something. You have to predict some truth about them. But that's too obvious, because then you can pick the things that are obvious. So that's not going to work. Or maybe, yes, maybe, just maybe, you could randomly pick some YouTube personality, and then the person, like a Hofstadter or something, gleans a couple of facts about that personality, and then asks questions based on their knowledge of that person that they've gleaned on purpose, and then use those questions. That might be interesting. Or not. I mean, it's too trivial in some ways, I suppose. And probably give me an advantage then, that because I've probably been on YouTube longer, right? So yeah, I probably know accidentally more. Mostly. Well, I don't know. I've kind of narrowed my exposure to people on YouTube, though. It is sort of like, this crowd of 30, and I haven't really gone very far outside of that crowd, except if the chick's hot. Anyway, so yeah, let's move along, though. Let's get it going and such, and done with. But yeah, I just, it does have to be a sort of, the question thing is sort of important. How we engineer these questions as to not give anyone advantage. That's a little tricky. Yeah. But whatever. Yeah, my internet connection is limited. It's not really limited. They ought to just say, you don't have an internet connection. I mean, they ought to just tell you the truth. They ought to say this limited thing. Limited to what? No connection. I mean, Windows is such a liar. I mean, Microsoft, they just, everything they say on my computer, every little notice, every little thing, it's always some kind of fucking lie. They're never telling the truth. Your computer might be at risk. Yeah, oh gee, thanks for the information. I didn't know that already. Yeah, I could fall on it. Gee, I figured that part out. How come it's saying? See, so now it's saying it's saying I got connected, but this thing is saying limited or no connectivity still. But I'm connected. See, it can't even tell the truth ever. This is so fucking. Yeah, I have a firewall. Besides Windows firewall, because of course Windows firewall is a piece of shit. But anyway, I have to admit, it does work. It does help. Yeah. So now Google, I did that Google room on that computer, and so Google put all of its crappy software on there. And now they just keep trying to do updates. Keeps trying to update every 15 minutes. A little update. Fucking bastards. They're trying to watch me. Trying to trick the cat into deceiving me and tricking me to buy Google stock or something. Anyway, that's enough of a video. Sorry, I wanted to be more helpful in this process, but I guess I'm just... Okay, yeah, all right, whatever, fine. I just sort of like the idea of we both get... I don't care, though. No, I mean, they both have advantages, right? I mean, both of us being in, like, Skype or something at the same time or whatever you call those, the Google Plus room, and answering the questions. Well, yes, that might be more entertaining, but I also like the idea of maybe you do half and half again. The idea of having the questions blind to each individual, and having to and give them 30 seconds to come up with an answer, might also be entertaining, because if nothing else, maybe the answers will be entertaining. Yeah, wrong, but entertaining. But anyway, I don't know if this matters. I don't care. Yeah. Okay, yeah, whatever. One fun fact about turtles would be great if there was one turtle question. It just be, yeah, should be easy for me. Probably. What else? Oh, and maybe, well, no. I mean, it would be fun when we get to Piro, because Piro apparently thinks stingers, the stingers on bees and stuff, he thinks they're penises. So I mean, it's just kind of funny, because he's talking about laying eggs with stingers. It just doesn't make much sense. Anyway, that's a whole other point. Whole nother argument to be made. I think we're done now, right? Is that enough? Yeah, I believe that's enough. Okay, so till the next time. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Questions? That's enough.